The Outer World 2, épisode 5. Let's go.
Just making conversation.
My big new promotion? Yep, life here's tough. Sure wish my leaders spent their time dictating my every move. This one always makes me pretend I have the sun in my eyes.
Acquérir le modulateur de faille. Ah, et tort.
Short-range transmission just came in from Zeb. Sounded urgent. He's requesting we meet him at the tomb of the matriarch, here on Praetor. It's where the matriarch and first sovereign are buried, supposedly. Zeb left out the mission parameters, probably worried his message might be intercepted. Not unfounded, given the protectorate presence on Praetor. He did say he'd reach out to us again if he needed help. Reckon we should take it as a compliment. Zeb doesn't trust easy. Anyway, I'd really like to go, if there's time. Much obliged. The sooner we can rendezvous at the tomb, the better. Got the sense that whatever's going down, it's happening now.
Autopiratage. Batterie. Yeah.
Reckon that's where we'll be able to get our hands on the rift modulator.
Protectorate control of Praetor has largely been achieved through the maintenance of a blockade. A survey of Praetor indicates there may be an alternate route past the blockade via the Automech factory.
These airwaves are a no-humbuggery zone.
Nouvelle planète.
The following business update on the Product Refinement Center, jewel of our Praetor portfolio. Its output of essential additives and cosmetics in every way justifies the cost of lives and resources expended in our hostile takeover from those protectorate naysayers. Any rumors you might hear of agitators in Spacer's Choice uniforms attempting a work stoppage are just that, vicious rumors, spread by jealous down-and-outers and rung leeches. Frankly, working conditions have never been more luxurious.
Et donc, faut que j'aille à l'est.
Workers enjoy a reasonable amount of restroom access. What more could anyone want? Our merger with Spacer's Choice in Tau City was a win-win for all parties. Not to mention legally binding and completely above board. Anyone who says otherwise is selling you a bill of goods. No one would complain if they fell out of an airlock.
Feels good to be back in the saddle, don't it, Val? Kinda reminds me of our days in Nix's orbit. Dodge and protect.
Now, on to other things.
You remember that?
Error. Memory not found.
Oh, well. That's all right, Val. I'll just have to do the remembering for both of us.
Sorry about. Piratage.
Amplified across the rings of Elysium, from the boardroom to the bottom.
Salamandre.
This is wireless free arcade.
Whatever that was, doesn't sound like anything I'd like to meet up close.
Salutations, Arcadia. Auntie Cleo here with a direct message to all Protectorate subjects listening in. I'm afraid you've been fed a lot of hooey about all of us at Auntie's Choice. Your so-called superiors would have you believe we're unscrupulous interlopers intent on stealing the very bread off your plate. Tut, tut.
Ouais, je crois qu'il est en face là.
Nothing could be farther from the truth. Listen to your auntie. They say they offer you direction, meaning, purpose. We say that's a fancy way of stating you're their slave. They say you're part of a community.
Cher sujet, voilà enfin l'hôtel d'Arcadia.
Heard. At Auntie's Choice, we respect the individual. We're providers, liberators, spreading free trade and self-betterment throughout the galaxy. As the head of our corporation,
Sequencing attack strategies.
Incroyable.
Resuming hostilities.
That's you and there's no doubt. That's good. Won't keep you down and out. We say sweet success can be the best revenge. Raise your spirits high when you're confident. You know you're shooting to the top. You show that you cannot be stopped. So take your shot, don't blow it. Throw back a shot and throw it. Gee whiz, that's so risky.
Once you reach the vault, it will all be worth it. Trust.
Wouldn't be here if I had any doubts.
Your arrival could not be more timely. After the events of Paradise Island, I could think of no one more suited to conduct a surgical strike of this nature. I'm glad to see you again as well, Niles.
Gotta say you had me worried. The message you sent sounded serious.
Then I composed it accurately. To the task at hand. We are standing before the tomb of the matriarch. Few are invited to tour its halls, and even fewer know of its greatest secret.
La colonie serait comme endroit.
For any subject, visiting the matriarch and first sovereign's resting place is the pinnacle of empty social achievement. But the tomb's corpses are its least important feature. The intelligence my friends risked all to acquire revealed a vault in its lowest level containing the matriarch's body of work, hidden from the public. Who knows what technologies the Protectorate is withholding? If the matriarch was the genius she's purported to be, the skip drive cannot be the entirety of her inventions. I would not put it past the Protectorate to disrespect their dead by tucking weapons in alongside them. Whatever technological advancements may be sequestered here, the goal is almost certainly to keep the populace of Arcadia subservient to the pernicious whims of its governing body. But not for much longer. We are going to liberate any and all of the matriarch's research, whatever it may be, and distribute it to the people.
The jumbar is made from the finest coagulated slurry of both animal and vegetable byproducts.
Including but not limited to breast, entrails, spread organs.
Reaching the vault will be no simple task. There are likely to be unforeseen security measures to contend with, though hopefully nothing too obstructive. We must first gain entry to the security room, however. Once there, I should be able to access more information about the lower level's layout and potential hazards.
It's well past time for more merry melodies.
I can see a half dozen points of failure, but bad odds ain't ever stopped us before.
Glad we're operating under the same understanding. We're unlikely to have another chance like this. We must follow through now that we've made the opening. Which also means, once inside, we cannot leave until it's done.
There's no one else left. Consul made damn sure of that.
The failure at the Vox, an escaped prisoner, cannot be tolerated. The consul ordered a colony-wide search that netted the rest of our cell. Audra blames herself, even though she shouldn't.
Don't tell me how to feel, Zeb. You mind your guilt, I'll mind mine.
What the commander said. We thought we were doing the right thing.
I will not pretend it isn't a blow, but what's done is done. There will be time to grieve once the Protectorate is dead and buried. Slim chance of that.
Slim chance.
To others that I'm unwilling to undertake myself.
Color me surprised.
After you.
You caught us taking 5 between our 10-hour shifts. You know, working the assembly line makes for powerful hunger. So when we need to relight our thrusters, don't waste time slow roasting some fancy.
Bonbon de la matriarche. Pisser à la main. Clé de linceul doré.
You hang back here. The commander and I'll take care of this.
News from the front line.
I'll rejoin you once the path is clear.
Ratage.
Not the most picturesque piece of real estate, but a profitable one by gum. Wasn't so long ago that Praetor was supposedly an impregnable Protectorate stronghold, a dank glow-in-the-dark closet to stack all the skeletons of their repressive society. Now look at it. Our ingenious acquisition forces have transformed the Protectorate's black sites into highlights of our quarterly income report. Factories, chemical plants, unnatural resources, all ours for the exploiting. An incredible return on our troop investment.
Incroyable.
Every occupation has its hazards. Praetors have been minimal. True one.
Ready to wait on your command. Plasma tolerances exceeded.
The secret's all the way down with the protectorate, ain't it? I'd have expected Zebulon to be a little more prepared going into this. Then again, he ain't Earth Directorate. Training's just not there. At least he had the good sense to call in the reserves. Shows he's starting to trust
C'est vrai
us.
qu'il m'a pas servi à grand chose, hein, lui. Peut-être qu'il a confiance en vous.
Yeah, maybe. Not sure what to make of it all, really. Just glad we seem to be shifting in the same direction now.
Invasive
Taken care of. Continue. Wait there. I'll come to you. But the loan that you request compound interest in addition to my standard service fees. Oh,
Just trigger. Run. That was a narrow shave. But let's continue. There should be a
All Arcadia as the uncomplicated loner. And my
there. You can access the lower
Ah ouais, passage secret.
they are really quite straightforward. Oh yes, everybody knows that I am in
Simplificateur.
the uncomplicated loner. And to keep things simple, you can be sure that my rates will never, no, they'll never, ever be lowered. If there's a cost you can't complete, or your ends just won't quite meet, I can lend you all the bits you'll ever need. But the loan
38.
request includes compound interest in addition to my standard service fees. Oh, I am the uncomplicated loner. Uncomplicated loner. And my terms are quite straightforward. Though my deals aren't quid pro quo and my interest rates aren't low, I'll be keeping track till you pay back every single bit you owe. 'Cause I am the uncomplicated loner.
That last selection has been scientifically proven to increase productivity, improve morale, and soothe all manner of mental malady in the listening workforce, at least in the lab. Not responsible for night sweats, abnormal bone growth, or prolonged glossolalia. This is for anyone out there who just lost out on a big promotion. Keep your chin up. Next time.
Sleep tight with sweet dreams. You're gonna be unconscious via any means. You wanna be so sleepy, just grab a pill, it's easy. But we probably ought to tell you there's a side element or two.
Sauf que les lames triptyques, elles ont pas de...
Whooping fits. Childhood
Elles ont pas de modif.
adulthood dysentery. Swings of mood. Bloody flux. Decrepitude.
The security room that we need to reach is nearby.
Mania.
Should be able to disable that energy barrier from there.
Sleep tight with sweet dreams. You're gonna be unconscious via any means. You wanna be so sleepy, just grab a pill, it's easy.
Who goes? No one is allowed in here without the proper authorization.
Chronic itch.
Ah,
Inflammation.
I see you have come armed. Intruders, then. I suppose you intend to extract my surrender through means most lurid and foul.
Damn, the head curator. I had hoped to slip in before his shift, but no matter. We cannot allow him to leave and raise the alarm. He must be dispatched, quickly.
How's that now?
Now hold on. I know we had to kill that fella with the sentinel, but this man's unarmed. He's already surrendered.
I rather think that line has some blurry distinction.
How much of a fuss could this one fella cause, really? Come on, Zeb. No need to cut any bellies over maybes and ifs.
Please, if secrecy's your concern, you may rely upon me to be the utmost spirit of discretion. I have never betrayed a confidence in my life.
Allowing him to leave would be a grave error of mercy, one we can ill afford in this place.
Sleep tight with sweet dreams. You're gonna be unconscious.
This man is an instrument of empire, perpetuating the tyrant's lies. And were our positions reversed, he would not hesitate to execute us, or worse, send us to mental refreshment.
I'm kin to the risks, Zeb.
Are you? Can you even fathom the indignity of having your every thought scrutinized and scored and made perfect? My sister was made into a shadow. I endured daily sessions with the lathe of particularity and still find myself policing my own mind for untoward proclivities and inclinations.
You're listening to Wireless Free Arcadia for music, entertainment, and the latest from the front lines. Sponsored by Auntie's Choice, improving lives through unfettered free trade and unbridled self-betterment. Attention all ground-bound associates across Arcadia. Look skyward with pride at that brilliant speck in Elysium orbit. That's the ACS Undisputed Claim, a beacon of profitability. More than just our corporate flagship, the Undisputed Claim has been our home office away from home ever since we acquired it during the merger with Spacer's Choice in Tau Ceti. Aboard you'll find top-of-the-line facilities, from hangar bays to mess halls to the medical wing, where
The commander's right. This man didn't put you in the lathe, Zeb. He's just trapped in the system, same as everyone else.
I never have possessed immunity against your pleading. Fine, you're free to leave. Do not repay this kindness with treachery.
You are merciful and wise. I will depart at once.
Let's hope the consequences of this decision do not assert themselves while we're still here. You and Niall should turn off the power to the security barrier and make your way to the vault. I'll remain here and guide you as best I can through the labyrinth. No turning back now.
We all have work to do and a solar system to liberate. Everyone get to work. Your home office away from home will be waiting for you when the job is done. Now, on to other things. This one reminds me of the morning we drove the Protectorate from Fairfield. A good day for personal freedom and fair trade.
She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's choice. You've let yourself slide, feeling down on your luck. Fell off the ladder and you think that you're stuck. The only loser is the shirker who quits. Your problems can be solved if you spend more bits. Try and try, never settle for less. It's true what they say, money buys happiness. Work extra shifts, you can sleep later. We've got the goods to make you better than nature. Auntie is the best choice. Bringing betterment to keep us content. Auntie is the best choice. No product testing to do, needs cheaper prices for you. Auntie is the best choice.
Bon, pas de passage là.
Spending your bits, she's just the best choice. It's Auntie's choice.
No going back from here. Not until we've done what we came here to.
Hold! Don't set foot in that room. The schematics on this console indicate this place is defended by all manner.
In spite of substantial efforts to prolong his life, my father's condition continues to deteriorate, both physically and mentally. It has been difficult to observe. His latest effort would see him entombed within an automechanical body. I objected, of course, to my father becoming some chimera of machine and man, but was overruled. Now the order informs me that, far from being a panacea, this attempt has exacted a toll on my father that is likely to finish what time and disease have already begun. I may soon be sovereign. And if that bears out, I will need to hide all of this. Burn all of my father's research into longevity. Seal his auto-mech body away at the factory. What grief I will inherit. What mess.
Over here, Commander. Reckon I found something that might be useful. Have a look, Commander. With a little elbow grease and some inadvisable engineering, reckon I can finagle these components into a fine explosive gel. Who knows? Could come in handy. Just doing my part. But thanks for the vote of confidence, Commander. Let's keep on. I'll continue tinkering on this in the meantime, see what I can come up with.
Made it through. Good. Now there should be 3 switches in this room. When pulled in the correct order, the doors should open. If I'm reading this right, the order is 1, 3, 2. But which switch corresponds to which number? Damn it. Why must the Protectorate abstract everything?
Let's see if we can't suss out which switch is which before we commit to guessing.
Research into the rifts is taking. It has been years, and yet I am still absent. My wife and daughter. I am still half whole. The researchers swear it's possible to bring them back from the void. Perhaps those are only pretty. Trust
Engaging combat.
Tell me the truth.
This unit patiently awaits repair.
Am I not sovereign of Arcadia? Should my desires not take priority?
Not getting up without help, Commander!
Before you make a second attempt, I just found a logbook that indicates there are N-ring wires installed that may correspond with each switch. Perhaps that will be useful. The code I originally supplied can still be relied upon. 1, 3, 2.
She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's choice.
That was sponsored by Auntie's Choice Office of Munitions and Catering. Time to restock your arsenal? Planning a key business dinner or banquet event? They have everything you need in one
The code
place.
is
Next up,
132.
something reasonably peppy. Please consult your
132.
to determine if dancing is presently allowed.
Hey, you there.
Wrong
Need a
again.
smoke
The
that
code is
distinguishes you
132.
from the average oaf? Well, look no further.
Ow, that's large!
It's the only cigar that says I'm in charge. It's an uncle when they'll reduce out when they see me coming.
132. 132.
Not overly impeded by this puzzle, but I apologize. That vault door is quite the obstruction. Fortunately, there should be a code. No. Fuck!
Pistolet à plasma. Module avancé d'énergie convertisseur de biomasse. Corrosif. En cours de restauration. Introduisez-vous dans la chambre forte. Y a pas moyen de tout scrap là. Simplificateur.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Our Recreant Reclamation and Artificial Additives Division has proudly announced its latest innovation, Slurrylose, a flavorsome new artificial sweetener made from the reprocessed runoff of industrial facilities, chemical plants,
Non,
slaughterhouses,
y a pas moyen. Démantèlement.
Not only does it save the company a fortune, it's
Valeur.
so naturally sweet, it's almost unbearable.
We believe so much in this delicious, cost-cutting measure, we're rushing it to market. Following a modern
Démanteler tous les rebuts.
Slurrylose will soon be found in all of our food products.
Auntie's choice.
Ah ouais, tout ce qui sert à rien en vrai.
In artificial.
What nature made accidentally, we created on purpose.
Fine. Let us proceed.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the one wireless station in Arcadia that doesn't
Non.
tell you what to think, only what
Armure de lanceur de plasma.
There was a lonesome boy with a hapless frown, whose luck spun around when Auntie came to town. A marketeer who spotted a kid with nothing to do. But the boy, a deal that he couldn't refuse. Yes, Auntie welcomes you with arms open wide, and all you gotta do is sign the dotted line. The boy signed up and didn't hesitate. Anything to really
Revolver léger.
the marketeer said, okay, we'll start right away.
Recycleur d'air tactique.
No rules, no oversight, no ethics to abide. The only thing that matters is the bottom line. You buy low, you sell high, you profit more. You cut the cost, you raise your prices, profits soar. The joy of
Now, Captain Bird, he was a scrupulous, and he sweetly rose. When you do your business, raise the third, and everything goes. Low, you sell high, you profit more. You cut the cost, you raise your prices, profit soar. The joy of laissez-faire. Oh, you know it well. Making Auntie proud, well, wouldn't that be swell? Come on, kids, let's go! Let's change it up now. Now he's a winsome man with a charming smile. Celandine toothpaste with impeccable style. The perfect poster boy. Oh, can't you see? Yes, he's a treat to Auntie's family. And if it worked for him, then it could work for you. You could be the next Auntie's favorite nephew. You buy low, you sell high, you profit more. You cut the cost, you raise your prices, profit soar. The joy of laissez-faire. Oh, you know it well. Making Auntie proud, well, wouldn't that be swell? Come on, cats, let's go one more time. Oh, let's go. Swing it now. Oh, yeah. That's the ticket. You buy low, you sell high, you profit more. You cut the cost, you raise your prices, profit soar. The joy of laissez-faire. Oh, you know it well.
I might have something else that can get you into that vault, Commander.
We're making Auntie proud, well, wouldn't
J'ai l'explosif extra fort de
A
night.
little off to you, Commander.
Auntie proud, well, wouldn't that be swell? Yeah!
Appreciate you showing him a little grace, all things considered. That business with the curator. I'm glad Zeb stood down, but it was close. Never seen him so eager for bloodletting before. He's changed. Ain't sure for the better.
It's change.
She's just the best choice.
I'll be damned if I go down the same path as DeVries. Some ideals are worth fighting to keep, even if it means taking the long way round to winning. Well, no use stewing. We've still got a vault to break into and tyrannical government to topple. Speaking of, remember those components I found? I was able to turn them into something halfway useful after all. This gel should get us through that vault door. Turns out you were right about trusting my instincts.
Or hope to want. You deserve that choice. You deserve Auntie's choice. Now upward and onward. This one goes out to all those aspiring to climb the rungs of their department. May you ascend swiftly.
You take the honors, Commander. I'll be right behind you.
Crab witch, sandwich made from fun tree. Crab
Hoping for more.
sandwich you want to eat. A crabble sandwich is so easy to eat.
I'm running hot, or was that a hint of worry I heard in your
To turn
voice
the
back
bottom
there?
feeder into
Alas,
instant
I
lunch.
neglected to
It's quite the branding
thermometer.
feat. So grab
This terminal should allow me to retrieve all the information stored here.
seems safe to eat. Crabble can be more than just a solvent-based glue. Now it's good
This cannot be right.
sandwich made
There's nothing here save the
Incroyable.
even initial concepts. 10 years in Arcadia and the matriarch invented nothing? And what's this about a deal with the Earth Directorate? We need to talk. Now.
This war continues, the further we stray from them. Every step we take must honor the matriarch. I tell Henry this, but he is set in his ways. His notions regarding these rifts are sorely misguided. Why close them when we can use them to Arcadia's benefit? It matters not what the Order thinks, what the Doubters say. The Architect bestowed us with the power of skip drives so that we may secure a perfect future. We must act with haste. I only ever wished for Henry to embrace his role as the caretaker of Arcadia, the savior of us all. But if he has chosen a different path, I will do as I must.
and I must not fail.
I knew the Protectorate festered with lies, but I had no idea the Earth Directorate was complicit. Niles, did you know?
Slow up, Zeb. What are you talking about?
It says your agency struck an agreement with the Matriarch over a century ago in exchange for skip drives. Arcadia was allowed to completely govern itself with absolutely no outside interference, including from the Earth Directorate.
What message? Why didn't you say anything about it sooner?
If this information is true, then the Earth Directorate permitted the Matriarch to create a colony filled with her vassals, enslaved to her will. Everything Arcadia is, all of the suffering that's taken place here, it all could have been avoided. Things could have been different.
Run, don't walk to spend your hard-earned bits on these quality Antes goods or services. Our iffy-jiffy mail
There's more. The skip drive schematics are here. How the explosive safeguards against tampering work, its evolution over time. But no original concepts, no sketches, nothing. Our dear Matriarch is a fraud, a cheat. She did not invent the skip drive. There are messages here between her and the First Sovereign that all but confirm it. I thought I might find some technological innovation that could be handed to the Protectorate's enemies. But this is almost better.
Rickets, night sweats, and collectivism. Not recommended for longer than 1 second at a time. Not responsible for temporary or permanent damage to
Precisely. By releasing this information, we can thoroughly crush the image the Protectorate has been built upon. The Sovereign will be revealed as the unclothed emperor he is, and demolish Arcadia's myth of superiority. If we administer truth to the people, their strength will return. Erstwhile, giving the skip drive designs to the Protectorate's enemies will even the fight. Their technological prowess will be made into nothing. Everything will come apart.
Are you stuck on the ground?
Took the words right out of my mouth. Not to mention how this agreement with the Protectorate will completely destroy the Earth Directorate's reputation.
I was not aware of such a connection between rifts and the skip drives. But I have confidence the Order will figure out a solution. Science is their theater, after all. As for the Earth Directorate, don't you see? This frees them from any obligation to the Protectorate. They'll be able to manufacture skip drives themselves. The deal will be voided.
It's worth holding the Earth Directorate's feet to the fire for this deal, but I don't think the entire organization should be judged by its worst decision. It's done a lot of good, too. Plus, making the skip drive tech available, that's like throwing a lit match into a fuel converter. Can't think of a worse idea right now.
Do you think the Protectorate stand around debating the potential for injury? No. They act, and so must we. Damn the consequences.
Damn the consequences. Ah, je peux pas le persuader.
And should I refuse to leave empty-handed? What then?
Are you stuck on the ground? Impacted colon got you down.
Whoa.
Well, trust and you
Put the brakes on, Commander. I'm sure Zeb can be reasoned with. I know you're aiming to do the most good for the most amount of people, Zeb, but sowing chaos ain't the way.
Do you know how many of my friends died so we could reach this point? Audra almost perished under Sentinel's instruments as well. And you would have me what? Give up now on the cusp of victory? Lay bare my throat for the Protectorate machine to cut?
be wrapped
I am listening. Though I suppose I could stand to be a little more receptive. Out of respect for my friend, I will forestall the release of this information and seek another avenue to help liberate the people of Arcadia.
Thinking of their family in Halcyon. Let's hope our war of liberation brings the...
I'll remain here for a while longer to cover our tracks. The Protectorate will discover the break-in, but hopefully never learn more specifics of what we did and found.
Guess this is goodbye.
Only for now. If we both come out of this war intact, I'll find you. If you wish to be found, of course.
I want to talk it over with the commander, but... yeah, maybe we can work something out.
Drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it down. Pick it up, tip it up, plug it down. It's Fizzos, Fizzos, we love Fizzos, Fizzos, Spectrum Vodka. Red and green and black and blue. Milky white and orange too. Yellow, even violet. Spectrum makes you smile, yeah. Drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it down. Pick it up, tip it up, plug it down. It's Fizzos, Fizzos.
There they are! These are the ruffians who threatened me.
Enemy operatives!
See that they join their...
My weapon!
Stamina. Activity. Ready.
That was right. Never should
Hither and yellow! Seeking cover!
You crave more colors to the gauntlet down. Now Spectrum Vodka comes in brown. All the colors down. Take it, tip it back and drink it, drink it. Drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it down. Pick it up, tip it up, plug it down. It's Fizzos, Fizzos, we love Fizzos, Fizzos, Spectrum Vodka. Drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it down.
Next up, the real reason wireless-free Arcadia exists. Advertising.
Through to my last.
Don't even know where to start with everything that happened in there. At least we were able to talk Zeb out of his plan to release everything we uncovered. I'm all for sowing chaos in the Protectorate.
Everything the old cover.
Harmed and good in the wrong hands. Good in the wrong hands.
It's an honor and a gift. What I wish for all who live. It's a privilege to die for the cause. Finally, I fulfill my purpose in life.
I expect backroom dealing from unregulated corporations, not from the only agency keeping them in check. The Earth Directorate should be better than that.
Electroshocked, plasma smelted, Cyranium gassed, goo pelted, minced, cubed, irradiated, blunt force trauma, decapitated.
Permission to speak candid, Commander. Strange as it sounds, this whole experience with Zeb has helped me finally understand the position Augustine was in. Back at Horizon Point, ain't easy having to decide between your allies and protecting untold innocence.
It beats till it slows, but I know every breath and every smile, every step in every mile.
I'm not saying what she did was forgivable, but I find myself wondering what would have happened if she'd lived. Isn't that the damnedest thing?
As a whole. It's an honor and a gift.
Same could be said for Zeb. Law, even for us. And intentions do matter. If I accidentally trip you, that's a lot different than aiming my foot at your shins, ain't it? Reckon time will decide the heroes from villains in this tale, but it's gonna be hard to forgive the Earth Directorate for arranging the stage like this in the first place.
This is Protectorate sanctioned wife.
Defect from the Earth Directorate?
Our betters always know best, which is why our trusted consul now joins us to share his unvarnished knowledge of a painful topic, the traitorous order.
My fellow Arcadians,
You make it sound easy, but I just don't think I can walk away like that. It wouldn't sit right with me. Not without at least trying to fix what's wrong. Still, I can't rightly blame you for the sentiment. Though I do hope I can help transform the Earth Directorate into an agency you'd be proud to remain a part of. All said, I appreciate you giving me the space to work through this. Sort of feels like the future's opening back up after a long time closed.
scientific duty to pursue more.
Likewise, Commander.
The tumult of invasion gave them an opportunity to abandon us. Their contributions were always exaggerated. They practiced junk scientism in the name of hokum, grand plans, universal equations, ignoring the guiding light of our paradigm, which always foretold the gulf between Protectorate faithful and the Order. In truth, those math worshippers didn't abandon us. We left them to rot their own overwrought thought.
Now, on to other matters. Here's one you're absolutely sure to enjoy. A Protectorate prescribed favorite.
Give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Attention, Commander. There may be valuable parts at this location that can improve this unit's functionality. Performing a thorough search of the automech factory is
C'est pas sérieux ça.
prudence dictates, sit back and leave the thinking to us. This is everyone's neighbor Prudence on Protectorate-sanctioned wireless. Zealous greetings. Everyone's neighbor Prudence is here to anticipate your questions, so you don't have to ask them. For instance, what news of Praetor?
Ah, such an astute question, Prudence. Our precious peril-laden moon is out of sight, but never out of mind. Its fate fully guided by the paradigm. Praetor is home to our glorious heavy industries, producing essential materials, leaving Eden unspoiled by industrial waste.
Naturally, our adversaries conspire to seize our means of production. The traitorous order managed only a paltry presence on Praetor, certainly no threat to us. While the self-indulgers in Auntie's
confrontational state.
They've established a beachhead. They live and breathe
Hastening to position. Covet our due bounty.
Of use to us. We let the corporate gluttons take them so we could blunt their advance. Bottle them up.
Our tactics are so perfect, Prudence. We can exterminate Auntie's troops at our leisure. Certainly, they'll never touch our true high-value facilities, such as our automech factory, where automechanicals build automechanicals to protect and serve all subjects, so our hands remain uncalloused by labor.
You neglected to mention our advanced Praetor labs, such wondrous facilities. Our interstitial reconfiguration center.
This unit is currently unavailable for apologies, but an automechanical's work is never concluded.
It's simply a lab for studying natural phenomenon. You know, space rifts and the like, bringing them into alignment with the paradigm.
Of course, no need to say more. Our society remains perfect, bountiful, without care or want. To think otherwise is unthinkable. Stand by for further reassuring content.
Running with you reminds me of my old days with Zeb. The good times, anyway.
Our station presents a profusion of pleasing melodies, like this one.
Better take a gander.
Plasma tolerances exceeded. Plasma tolerances exceeded.
Appreciate a little help, Commander.
Efficiently and in short order. Maintaining perfection. Come on out. I give you my word. No refuge. Taking cover.
Knew you had my back.
Shifting to a less exposed
Bobine de brouillage.
Protectorate-sanctioned wireless presents Redcloak, the reassuring adventures of a mysterious sentinel who roots out the rot of dangerous thought. Redcloak. Her sentinel senses ever keen, the eyes of the sovereign, watching you, your household events, ensuring all subjects live in perfection, lockstep with the paradigm. Episode 1. Unwholesome food for thought.
Don't let the unhealthful foodstuffs of this eating establishment distract you, fellow Sentinel Dunning. We're deep in Auntie's territory for a reason. To find the Order's spy.
Understood, Sentinel Redcloak. The turncoat is supposed to meet their corporate contact here. Rest assured, my eyes are attentive, even as my stomach revolts. Wage slaves survive on this artificial swill is beyond.
Can I get you robust individuals another trough of Auntie-Cleo and Pal's Borstwurst? Perhaps an additional flavor packet of emulsified meat shavings?
Thank you. No, food vendor. Just the meal bill, if you please.
Fine. The food tally comes to 77 bits.
Very well. My companion here will pay.
Plus an additional 25% for utensil rental and byproduct disposal surcharges.
Merciful law. 25%?
What a surprise. I must feed my addiction to needless wares and tawdry luxuries like everyone else in my materialistic society.
These void-damned drones beg for compensation at every turn, Redcloak. I despise them.
No, Dunning. Pity them. While we have the sovereign to see to our every want, these bit grubbers must seek angles and scams, burdening others to eke out their empty existence.
How I miss home's abundance.
They'll be home soon enough. Just pay the surcharge, companion. I'll help with the calculation. 25% of 77 bits is...
19.25.
Right. Why not round to 20 for ease of bookkeeping?
But the correct methodology for rounding this decimal is to the next lower whole number. In this case...
My suspicions confirmed. You're the very turncoat we've been searching for, Dunning.
Oh! Egad! You fell your companion in one well-punished punch.
Plasma tolerances exceeded.
Of your astuteness ring true, Redcloak. Troopers, the trap is sprung. We have Redcloak.
The Sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, might show you mercy. I'm not as wise as the Sovereign.
And so our hero Redcloak exposed the adversary, only to become ensnared deep in Auntie's territory. Will she escape their corporate clutches? Yes, of course she will. Those who express doubt regarding the abilities of a true and upright sentinel should seek mental refreshment at once. Our hero's reassuring adventures continue in the next episode of Redcloak. It's obligatory listening wireless entertainment.
I find myself asking, what will Redcloak do? Dutifully transition to other content, of course. Another beauteous melody granted by the grace of the Sovereign.
Stay calm, remain vigilant, and obey security personnel. And always trust that the Sovereign protects.
This unit has observed a redundancy in hovering units on the team. Suggested course. Removing unnecessary movement.
And so we're finally thought free and we're feeling proud now that we can boldly speak, say thoughts aloud. Blissfully empty, da-da-do-da-day, bumbling along even if we've got nothing to say. We're off to be refreshed, so mentally refreshed, be thought and were we free as one big melody. We're off to be refreshed, so mentally refreshed. We're off to be refreshed, so mentally refreshed, be thought and were we free as one big melody. We're off to be refreshed, so mentally refreshed.
Got my lens on an unfront.
Combat protocol.
You're listening to Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. Extra special update from everyone. Our bellies are full of wholesome food. We want for nothing. Not a care.
Our every need is met. I suppose if I had one want, it would be to visit the matriarch's tomb on Praetor, to bask in her eternal glory.
No shame in that, Subaltern Prescott. All subjects pine to pay their respects to the matriarch. Her tomb is a trove of inspiring exhibits and artifacts of her remarkable life. All
Worthy
Protectorate
of review.
subjects once
I am
privileged
obliged to check it out.
Give the word and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Commencing
combat-related activities.
Best among us may visit, accompanied by security.
Tragedies of this war.
Guided by an army of automacs, and that. Don't worry, commemorative garment.
Well then, moving on.
Now listen to
Providing a host of health benefits.
Plasma tolerances exceeded.
Let me know when you needed a stretch.
Protectorate personnel only beyond this point. Leave immediately. If you are not of the Protectorate, you are this unit's enemy. Preparing to unleash disproportionate amounts of ammunition.
that way lies chaos. Start your day
Entering a
dutifully.
confrontational state.
Tribute pancakes, the sensible, circular, subdued breakfast.
breakfast food. Tribute pancakes.
Plasma tolerances exceeded.
Protectorate subjects. From the tender filet in your latest meal, down to this exquisite next song.
Not to question the gift, but I'd expect a lot more personnel around this size. Where is it?
Attention IRC staff. Please head inside for an important announcement from the console. Attendance is
Earth Directorate agents are exempt from commands issued by non-director level entities.
Futures filled me with dread for so long, but now? Can't believe I'm actually starting to be excited about what might come after all this is done. It was less merger and more hostile takeover. I don't have all the details, but it sounds like Spacer's Choice tried to outmaneuver Anti-Cleo through quasi-legal means and got a hell of a lot more than they bargained for. Now her new brand's been turned into an invasion force bent on conquering the entire system. Funny how life works out. Oh yeah? What's needling you? Fair point. Guess Horizon Point didn't exactly foster a lasting fellowship, did it? All I heard about this moon called Eden ain't much lived up to the name, though. All jesting aside, what's there to tell? Spent the first year getting back up on my feet, literally. Been mostly laying low since then, maintaining my cover. Before the invasion, at least, the Earth Directorate still needed someone to watch the colony, and I had 2 working lamps. Not always. Went a couple of stretches there on low power to avoid detection from Protectorate patrols. I usually shut her down for a few cycles then. The way you're gawping at me right now makes me think I answered that question wrong. I appreciate the concern. Won't lie, had some hard years. Got caught up in a few lost causes, the particulars of which I'd rather not go into now, if it's all the same. I found you. Oh, and Val's been stalling less since I patched her acclimator. Ship doesn't smell anymore. That's about it. Spratwurst. Be pretty horrifying if I wasn't. I was trying to teach myself some new skills in the galley. Val got it into her hardware. I needed a hobby. I figured Spratwurst ain't an easy meal to mess up. Well, I learned about 20 ways how not to fix a worst. I've got time. Like most colonies, good people being ground down from above. A lot of fancy talk from suits about streamlining and quarterly earnings while them on the line barely scrape by. Triangulum's known for churning out freighters, and shipbuilding ain't exactly known for being clean, safe work neither. Especially when corners get cut. Can't remember a time I didn't end the day all banged up, filthy, and smelling like I just crawled out of an exhaust port. It was hard work, sure.
This is hard work, sure.
One of them long haulers, fire up her engines for the first time, and knowing I had a hand in her construction. Funny thing was, I wasn't even an engineer back then, but I wanted to learn, so I paid attention. Too good of attention, as it turned out.
And you enforce it so faithfully.
I was working late one evening and overheard something I shouldn't have. Some bigwigs exchanging inside information that would have cost the corporation a pretty bit. A day later, I was being accused of corporate espionage. Didn't want to bring any heat down on anyone else, so I went on the run before the first jackboot showed up at my door.
bestowed them with the authority to serve a
Not as worried as I was about what would happen if I was caught. Probably they would have spaced me and called it a day. I was on the run for... I don't even know how long. The days sort of bled into one another. I started losing hope of things ever changing for the better. Then, the Earth Directorate showed up. They liberated Triangulum, pulling me and the rest of the colony out from under the corporate boot. Joining up after that just made sense.
I will only be torturing the sovereign subjects.
Oh, and there he goes. The console has just walked out of the studio. But fret not, neighbors. You will hear his inspiring...
Engaging combat rifles.
As they say, is that. What's next? More music to aid in your earnest rumination of portentous societal responsibilities.
Our system is sublime. Best ever to be had. It's perfection.
Plasma tolerances exceeded.
Stand me back up!
And every subject ensures our glorious bounty for all.
Do you have my back?
Resuming hostilities.
To inform on your neighbor is thoughtful. If their zeal shows deficiency, quick mental tune-ups may be all that they need to resume peak efficiency. You're the center of our system. You're what fuels our mighty flame. We share successes and failures, even when you're to blame. It is here that we thrive. It's out there they all fail. We must trust our community. It's only then that we prevail as one perfect union. A simple people so whole to be right and unbreakable. That is our ultimate goal. We all trust in each other. By rules we abide, working as commanded to, side by side.
Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless presents the mysterious sentinel who roots out the rot of dangerous thought. Redcloak. Her sentinel senses ever keen, the eyes of the sovereign, watching you, your neighbors, your household pets, ensuring all subjects live in perfection, lockstep with the paradigm. Previously on Redcloak, our hero revealed her sentinel partner Dunning as a turncoat, only to become ensnared deep in enemy territory. Now she has been whisked to Auntie's Choice headquarters, with only her keen sentinel wits to save her. Thrilled to her unflagging zeal in Episode 2, The Customer is Always Dead.
Welcome to Auntie's
Auntie's Choice head office, Red Cloak. I trust you are duly impressed.
What?
I said, welcome to Auntie's Choice head office, Red Cloak.
Speak up!
Mute the corporate anthem, please.
Better. How do you base individualists promote a sense of community when you can't monitor what each other is saying at all times?
You'll learn to appreciate our society and its obsession with cheaply produced wares soon enough, Red Cloak. Care for a package of Auntie's Choice Sprat crisps while we wait?
I'd rather starve. Wait for what?
Why, for you to abandon your precious community. To put your silly paradigm in your rear display and embrace a lifestyle of wanton consumerism.
We'll be waiting an eternity, corporate fiend. I'll never turn my back on the sovereign.
Our marketing experts predicted you would say that. Middle managers, bring out the brand loyalizer.
What is that barbaric contraption?
Think of it as our answer to your mental refreshment. Only it's 110% more effective and 120% cheaper to find. Also has 130% more crab scent. 1 minute in the brand loyalizer and you'll emerge new and improved. Bowing down to the almighty bit, a needy, greedy, consummate consumer in our target market.
Whatever you're peddling, I'll never purchase.
I suppose a demonstration is in order. Lower managers, bring in Red Cloak's turncoat companion, Sentinel Dunning. Strap him into the brand loyalizer.
No. You were supposed to deliver both Red Cloak and I to the Order unharmed. It was stipulated in our contract, paragraph 16, subsection J.
Once we've got our hands on the module, rifts like that might start presenting opportunities instead of death traps.
Bargains no more than you honored your sworn duty to the sovereign.
Silence, Red Cloak. It will be your turn soon enough. Dunning, try not to squirm. The loyalizer has many moving parts and can be a bit imprecise.
Hey, what are you doing? No! Stop!
Engage the brand species. Loyalizer settings at 110%. Right now, the loyalizer's impulse voiders are interposing Dunning's higher and lower cerebral motivationators, rearranging his upper story, hitting him with Jazzy, eh? Sure, the loyalizer's industrial design ain't up to snuff, but the unit is scalable. Home version comes out next quarter. Materialistic fun for the whole family. Dunning's done. How do you feel, young former Protectorate Sentinel?
Fine. A little obsessed with material goods and needless services, I guess. Also have a hankering for crabwitch. Got anything devoid of nutritional value I can snack on?
Certainly. Consume these Auntie's Choice Sprat crisps. Quite fresh. Extruded from the chemical slurry vats just last year. It's Red Cloak's turn in the loyalizer. Lower middle managers, strap her in.
No need. I'll enter your crude machine willingly and without trepidation. The eyes of my neighbors and our benevolent
Subjects,
sovereign are upon me,
listen well.
lending me strength.
Days ago, our beloved sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, submitted himself to mental refreshment to strengthen his resolve for the good of all. At his command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept the responsibility of shepherding you through these dark times until our sovereign's blessed return. I shall not take this duty lightly, for I address you today not as the consul, nor even as your new leader, which I am, but as a simple man who wants nothing more than to defend his home and his neighbors.
but I cannot do it alone.
Consider me uplifted. Comparative analysis of the consul's speech to that of other dictators
Suggested playlist picked out explicitly
suggest a high likelihood that a coup has occurred.
The sovereign's a downright dove compared to the consul. This is gonna be bad for everyone.
As I call upon you to stand tall with we finish our great sovereign's work and purge our kingdom of those who seek to harm us.
On your toes. But ready to waste them. On your command.
Sustain the system! I know how this looks, but I can assure you I have leave to look into... Oh, you're not security. Then you must be responsible for all the commotion I heard just now. For both our sakes, I think it best if we continue as we were. I will forget I saw you as long as you extend me the same courtesy. I was looking for proof, if you must know. There was an incident recently, and I believe our head of security is neglecting his duty to investigate. Albin Valancourt is the sentinel charged with supervising this facility and all its researchers. Unfortunately, he's a punitive man who delights in the wretchedness of others. I'd grasp a live rod if I could pass its current to him. Although, unless you have unusual license to be here, his odds of keeping head and body united diminish by the second. Unless your lamps have oxidized, you must have noticed my arm. I lost it saving the Sovereign from a rift experiment gone wrong. An experiment I was in charge of, naturally. Valancourt supplied my name for the reports, incriminating me in the eyes of my colleagues. And since he's closed off that wing of the lab, I can't prove my innocence. I couldn't possibly rely on an outsider to help me conduct an investigation, could I? No, that would be outrageous, unthinkable. Except, whatever the cause of the incident, it is my duty as a law-abiding protectorate subject to gather proof and uncover its cause. Really, Valancourt is forcing my hand here. Help you with acquisition? Assuredly not. If, however, in your exploration of the lab, you happen upon the modulator, I surely would not be able to prevent you from seizing it. What I am offering is help afterward. Once you take the prototype, it will set off an immediate lockdown. I can facilitate your exit from the facility, but only if you help me in turn. That modulator will be necessary to unfold the rift and find the evidence I need. And if Valancourt suffers repercussions for its loss, I will count that as an added benefit. The prototype rift modulator is currently in interstitial hall,
at the top of Exhibition Tower. There's a lift in the next room over that can take you directly there. Once you have the prototype, make your way to Valancourt's quarters. He should have a spare key card that will grant us access to the restricted wing. I'll monitor your progress from here. Be cautious. The guards of this facility will attack anyone unfamiliar to them. But once you have the key card and rift device, reconvene here, and we'll go together to the wing. That is what we've agreed upon, is it not? Valancourt keeps all of the items he confiscates from the staff in a locked closet in his quarters. There may be something pertaining to the investigation within. I've already shared more with you than I ought have, but go ahead. That's an ugly way to describe a legitimate transfer of power. And if you're trying to bait me into expressing an opinion of my superiors,
You beat me.
I will not. A technicality is inferior in every way that matters. The Interstitial Reconfiguration Center was created to continue researching into rifts, following a significant setback to our studies elsewhere. How do you know about that? That disaster and its link to the death of the Sovereign's family was not made public. No one outside of this facility is supposed to know of it. Regardless, even though Horizon Point's destruction did impede our progress for a time, we learned from it as well. We're now able to generate rifts safely within containment. Or we were. Due to the exacerbation of the greater rift recently, these lesser rifts became less stable. Some breaking containment or spawning outside of it altogether. In public, Henry has adopted the affectations of his father. In private, he is much more personable, though meddlesome too. Always wanting to be involved in the experiments. He becomes most animated when we discuss how matter might be reconstituted from the rifts. What was lost somehow returned. You could say he has a vested interest. His motivations are personal. All I am willing to say is that he is a man who loved his family very much and would move planets to see them again. He and the consul wore coats cut from the same stern cloth. Henry has never quite matched either of them, in terms of temperament or severity.
in lockstep with the paradigm. Previously on Red Cloak, our hero was betrayed and whisked to the consumerist den of Auntie's choice. Strapped. Thrilled to her daring display of defiance in Episode 3, Brand Disloyalty. Any final words about your precious perfect community or your console or paradigm as such before we flip on the Loyalizer, Red Cloak?
How long is the weapon?
You think too much!
No. An hour? 2?
I thought you were keeping time.
Well, this ought to change your tune. Lower managers, activate the brand loyalizer. It's awful quiet in there. Shouldn't Red Cloak be screaming? I feel like she should be screaming. The machine is operational, right? The loyalizer should be interposing your motivationators, churning up your base emotions, resurfacing deep inadequacies. It should be smarting something fierce right now.
Whatever you say.
Increase the loyalizer setting to 510%.
It's a bit much.
Ah, yes, I knew the pain would penetrate your spirited facade.
No, not the pain. The crab witch odor. A little of that goes a long way. But if you breathe through your mouth, this contraption's actually kind of soothing. Does it go higher?
Set to maximum loyalization. 1010%! What happened? Why'd the thing stop?
Your machine tried to break me. I broke it instead.
They really just left the modulator out in.
Supposed to kill your impulse control. To whet a soul-gnawing appetite, you can only feed with useless goods but never satisfy.
Hey, yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Have a Sprat Crisp, Red Cloak. They help.
Shut up, Dunning! How did you do it, Red Cloak? How did you resist the loyalizer's greedence galvanizers? Its temptation intensifiers.
You cannot tempt someone who already has everything.
A squared plus B squared equals mass times acceleration equals force equals 2 minus 2 minus 2 plus 2.
It's the order. They've come to take Red Cloak and me away. And right on time. Hey, you folks want some Sprat Crisps?
You've arrived early, exemplars. You're not supposed to pick up Red Cloak until next Tuesday.
We come at the predicted hour, not a moment too soon.
Well, what say we avail ourselves?
Red Cloak, unspoilt by your meddling, per our monetary agreement with Auntie herself.
Hey, your spy Dunning here. I'm the one who lured Red Cloak to Auntie's clutches and brokered this deal. It's a real win-win. Big payday for Auntie's choice, while the Order gets to study Red Cloak. See the effects of abundance on a human brain unaddled by want or overthinking.
The deal is off! Red Cloak's resistance to the loyalizer has proven the emptiness of our society. We consumerists wish to be her neighbors in the Protectorate, if you will have us.
Gladly. I welcome you on behalf of the Consul. Zealous new neighbors in Auntie's choice, raise your arms against these Order traitors.
Avail ourselves of their poor security.
Turn on us. It defies all logic. Equations save us. A squared equals force equals 2 minus 2 minus 2 plus 2.
Oh, no. No, no, no. I will not let you drag me back to Eden.
So Red Cloak finds herself staring down a gun barrel brandished by her traitorous...
Without proper authorization.
Ah ouais, incroyable.
Use the modulator to open the rift. It may provide your only avenue for escape.
Yes, you with the rift modulator. It's not every day that someone is fool enough to break into the Interstitial Reconfiguration Center. I'd be obliged if you would regale me with the tale of how you managed to get this far.
Our system is sublime, the best ever to be had.
A crude assessment and utterly untrue. I am perfectly accommodating to non-incompetence. I suspect you did not reach here unaided. So who was it? Which one of my undutiful brain boxes helped sponsor this little pilferage?
And every subject ensures a glorious bounty for all.
Act glib if you like. All you've done is illustrate the need for more invasive auditing of my personnel. I'll be sure to inform them of your role in that unpleasantness. Well, there will be time to scrutinize every angle of this breach at a later date, once I have dealt with you.
Neighbor is thoughtful. If their zeal shows deficiency,
Does such bravado normally advance your agenda? So be it. We can forgo civilities. I will await you in the hangar. There, bullets may fly more freely than words.
you're the center of our system. You're what fuels our mighty flame.
Got my lamps on an unfront.
We share successes and failures.
What?
Enthusiastically neutralizing unfriendlies.
Ain't nothing there.
It is here that we thrive. It's out there they all fail. We must trust our community. We all trust in each other. We abide, working as commanded to, side by side.
Around the receiver with your neighbors. This is source for wholesome melodies and inspiring reports on community goings on.
And now for a message from the consul, acting caretaker of worlds, who invites all Arcadians to share in mandatory outrage at our enemies.
Thank you, Prudence. I feel it is important to shine a light on the wretched tactics of the traitorous order and the corporatist invaders, whose base treachery knows no bounds. Would you believe they portray me as a usurper? That I conspired against our beloved sovereign? They even use my words against me, showing the context in their deceitful... They would have you believe I'm a seditious fool. I'm a braggadocious dunderhead who craves absolute power. Such nonsense. I'm merely acting on the sovereign's behalf during his rare time of need. I did not choose this burden. The system chose it for me, as it does for all. Our enemies can twist my words and intentions all they want. It will only steel our resolve to purge them from Arcadia. Our system will be free of these impurities.
On we go. Another beauty.
Voilà, c'est plus barricadé maintenant.
Grace of the console.
It's incredible the things that we have done. How the paradigm is perfect for everyone. Our progress is unmatched. No technological itch left unscratched. Perfection. Is it not? Oh, how we prevail, us above all else who fail. Success is really the only option.
Don't be reluctant to unfold any rifts you come across using the modulator. They may eject something useful to you.
Perfect minds, focused and beautiful. Perfect plans for perfect people. Perfect cause and perfect thoughts. Perfectly perfect perfection.
Do you suppose there should be more?
Confronting threats.
Perfect people. Perfect thoughts and perfect relinquishing grenade. The automechs and us. How they aid us and never make a fuss. Our colony is astounding. Outsiders' minds it confounding. How our perfection is perfect. Is it not? Perfect minds, focused and dutiful. Perfect plans for perfect people. Perfect cogs and perfect thoughts. Perfectly perfect perfection. Perfect minds, focused and dutiful. Perfect plans for perfect people. Perfect cogs and perfect thoughts. Perfect
Nobody around.
perfection. Perfectly perfection.
Incroyable. Ah ouais, c'est juste en face.
These quarters are awful meticulous. Makes me wonder what Valancourt might be hiding hereabouts.
Having that device nabbed on his watch nigh guarantees Valancourt a long stay and mental refreshment, if he is not subjected to swift and fitting arbitration first. Matriarch's blessings on you. Let's not waste time then. I'll lead us to the restricted wing now. Once there, reopen the rift using the modulator, so we can begin searching for clues.
in his infinite wisdom, submitted himself to mental refreshment, to strengthen his resolve for the good of all. At his command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept through these dark times until our sovereign's blessed return. I shall not take this duty lightly, for I address you today not as the consul, nor even as your new leader, but as a simple...
You've discovered something?
Nothing more than to defend his home.
I knew it! I am absolved. And yet, I cannot possibly imagine what would have possessed him to deliberately endanger the Sovereign's life. It's unconscionable. I would characterize Valancourt as many vile and unmentionable things, but a traitor? No. A man cannot defecate without humming a protectorate anthem.
With a true adherence zeal.
For all the time I've spent trying to unsnarl Valancourt's mercurial behavior, it seems there was yet more I did not know about him. Did you uncover anything else?
At the end of it all, it was worth it. No hesitation, no indecision.
How did this go unnoticed during final checks? This is surely why the rift destabilized on us. I think I'm beginning to understand exactly what happened here. But if you have any additional points of data, please share them. I think I can formulate my own conclusion from here. Our dear head of security has much to answer for. We need to go and confront Valancourt, now.
It's a privilege to die for the cause.
I'm no longer willing to wait for the arc of justice to bend in my favor. Valancourt needs to die for what he's done. If I distract him, can I count on you to do the rest?
And when I soon slip away, I'll be peaceful.
I'll go first. Follow behind, but not too closely. We don't want him to see you. I'll keep Valancourt talking so that you can get a good angle on him. But his patience isn't limitless, so be swift. Attack when ready. No need to wait for a signal from me. Oh, and there's also a rift in the hangar. An experimental byproduct, as it were. I would avoid interacting with it, lest you alert Valancourt to our ploy.
It's an honor and a gift. What I'd wish for all who live. It's a privilege to die for the cause. Finally, I forgot
Dr. Hurley. Pleasant as I find your company, I must ask you to vacate the area at once. I'm preparing our defenses against an intruder.
Hold the pleasantries, Valancourt. I know you sabotaged the experiment that nearly killed me and the Sovereign. I have the proof.
Calm yourself, Doctor. Here's our little sprat now. Be assured, after I deal with my traitorous subordinate here, you're next.
Traitor? If anyone's a traitor
You'll
here...
die next. Guards! See to this intruder with extreme prejudice. Guards!
every step in every mile, contributed to something beautiful. The paradigm as a whole.
Everything in its place then.
It's an honor and a gift. What I wish for all who live. It's a privilege to die for the
presents Red Cloak, the reassuring adventures of a mysterious sentinel who roots out the rot of dangerous thought. Red Cloak.
Lock to stop.
Sequencing attack. The console, watching you, your neighbors, your household pets, ensuring all subjects live in
Thus always to traitors. Morale will certainly improve in the lab now, I should think. Provided Valancourt's replacement is not also an absolute pilgarlic. I had prepared this trauma kit, but obviously that turned out to be an unnecessary precaution. Please, take it with my gratitude.
refuse to abandon their consumerist addictions, the traitorous forces of the Order arrive to take custody of her.
Have no fear. No evidence of our little collaboration will survive. I'll see to it.
Choice and the Order are in a standoff, weapons leveled at each other, with fearless Red Cloak betwixt them. Thrilled to her inspiring redemption of these misguided foes. Final episode, Order from Chaos.
Stunning, everyone. Now is the time. Time for community, not
Incroyable.
your weapons.
No, you lower your weapons, greedy corporatists. I'm certain my reformed Order allies will overlook your lapse in judgment if you turn over Red Cloak. Isn't that right?
Yes, in fact, we are willing to add an additional 3% to the agreed upon payment to encourage your compliance in our deal by 22%.
Now that you have the Rift modulator, any previously inaccessible Rift could be worth revisiting. Rifts may contain useful equipment and resources. However, due to the chaotic nature of reconstitution, some creative problem solving may be required in reaching them.
Your vernacular was a done deal. Force plus mass equals squared.
It appears that your math is faulty. Clearly a failing of your grand plan. These events are all according to the paradigm.
Do not attempt to vex us with appealing and irrefutable statements, Red Cloak.
Unburden yourself of vexation, Dunning. It is never too late to return to the Protectorate, where all needs are met, where the Consul, in his benevolence, cares for all.
Lies! I am too far indoctrinated into the chaos of the Order and their grand plan.
Not true. Return with me for mental refreshment. Your family must come too, just to be thorough. We will cure you of these confused thoughts. Your wanton overthinking.
I shall never return to the Protectorate.
Once again, you fell your former companion in one well-nourished punch. Huzzah, I say.
Red Cloak, you have undermined our carefully calculated predictions. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. We theorized our grand plan was greater than the paradigm, yet it is clearly less than. We see the error in our calculations. We would serve the Consul again, if you allow it.
Gladly. He is a kind, forgiving man who loves all of his subjects.
We base individualists in Auntie's choice are ready to break free from the shackles of consumerism to join you in the perfect life of abundance.
Then return with me, new corporate neighbors and former traitorous Order colleagues, to Eden.
Middle managers, resume the corporate anthem. No, the new one!
Help me carry Dunning's unconscious form. Let us all be mentally refreshed to cease your troubled thoughts. For the Consul, for Arcadia, our home.
And so, Red Cloak concludes another successful and inspiring mission, turning enemies into neighbors, showing Turncloaks the error of their calculations. And yet Red Cloak's work is far from concluded. Where uncertainty festers, she roots it out. Where there is questioning talk, she will be listening. And where a seditious turncoat needs a well-nourished punch, she will be there. Her sentinel senses ever keen, the eyes of the Consul, watching you, your neighbors, your household pets, ensuring all subjects live in perfection, lockstep with the paradigm.
see what's next. Long ago, the matriarch devised the paradigm plan to support a bounteous life for all Protectorate subjects. From the tender fillet in your latest meal, down to this exquisite next song.
Incroyable, nouvelle planète.
Reaching the paradigm's class. Not roaming away. Watching as the days go on and on and on. Why be a pebble, lost and deep in the sand? Why be a pebble when double and treble the strength is where we stand? Not be a pebble, tricked and tossed and crushed, mountains and granite is more they planted, so don't get turned to dust. Keeping watch, looking round the colony's foundation sound. All in line, only fine, sticking together as a
Damn, it's cold as an icebox out here. Don't suppose huddling for warmth's an option?
I find your proposed time leisurely. Unaccountably so.
But going any faster grossly...
Oh, hello. Cogitate here often?
Don't bother conversating unless you're prepared to cite your...
Have you at least determined the cause?
We're presently observing a ceasefire with Anti's choice.
but its duration may be subject to sudden reversal. Would hate for you to get caught in a crossfire.
Subjects, grab your pitchball sticks and meet us at the line of scrummage for more.
See that giant glowing structure in the distance
from
there?
the robustness
That's the archive's main entry.
League. We have some exciting
However, I'd caution you to give it a wide berth. The archive's under protectorate control, and they mean to keep it. You'll not gain access without serious military support.
Everybody's watching. No rest for the wobbly. Time for
Are you in a high-risk life expectancy bracket?
Stand head to head.
Because everything you're saying is precisely what I'd expect to hear from someone determined to lower the average.
Set, bludgeon. Classic sticking combinations. Knee,
You and me both.
groin, knee.
Cloister has been a difficult road, losing the archive, first to the invaders and now to the protectorate, has made it even more painful.
Stop until you drop.
Never mind the risk.
Here's something
If
pop.
you're looking for a way to help us out, I recommend heading to Laplace's garden.
For the matriarch.
Follow this path and you can't miss it.
And you might wind up as starting hacker for the
Avalanche collapsed part of the tunnel to the garden, so the safest path is along the cliffside.
I believe you meant to say the
Allying with the Order or Auntie's Choice raises this team's chances of survival by a notable 81.4%. Accessing the archive without support may result in death.
Now, on to other matters. Here's a song for you to enjoy while you solemnly reflect on your sworn duty to our idyllic society.
Happy to chat for 0.07 seconds. Oh, time's up. Bye.
Are you going to be a problem? Because I have a solution that requires very little computation.
I shouldn't be thinking about, I ponder. That is when I knew I needed a sort of correction, so I heeded the words of my better. I could be better again with a quick mental refreshment. I have seen my friends and my family arrested. So I knew there was no reason to stress it. Process can remove that wrinkle, feelings that can cause a wrinkle. What I know now, those thinkable thoughts have to go with a quick mental refreshment. Those sentiments I felt were such a burden on me.
Heard that rift near the archive has destabilized. Must be a sign.
Place de jardin. Place of garden. La place garden. In.
Ah, Agent, I have a message for you.
Anybody happy, and I believe blessing offers such an effortless reprieve. Since that day, my thoughts have never been the danger.
Detecting higher than normal humidity with trace amounts of organic material non-native to Cloister.
The sadness that was once inside me has long since gone and
Encounter.
I knew that I could be oh so much better again with a quick mental refreshment.
On behalf of the Order of the Ascendant and her impermeable wisdom, the presiding bishop Ruth Bassar, welcome to Laplace's garden. The presiding bishop is presently indisposed, but I've been instructed to direct you to the Artificer Laureate for whatever pressing matter has brought you to the garden. She's working in Belvedere Hall's secondary courtyard. Enter the large building at the top of the mesa ahead and follow the first hall on your right.
23h40 déjà.
Efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires
yes. The vicar did ask me to direct you to him. How positively forgetful of me. He should be waiting for you in Belvedere Hall's main courtyard at the top of the stairs.
And others are not.
The mental refreshment process.
The Artificer Laureate is head of the Department of Applied Scientism, overseeing the exemplars, or craftsmen, of our order. Weapons and technology all fall under her purview.
Subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental...
Oh no, not at all. The presiding bishop routinely spends time in a sensory deprivation chamber to hone her mental faculties. Of course, she does seem to be logging more hours in the chamber of late, but I'm certain that's all part of the plan. The rest of the Laureate Council is capable of managing affairs while the presiding bishop is occupied. Really, it's no reason for concern. Nothing in the garden is. Look around you. I don't see a battlefield. Do you? All conflict is transient in nature. To dwell on the negativity of a moment is to risk missing the opportunity of what comes next. Those in the garden have enough perspective to remain present and to focus on what matters: science and progress. And you for recognizing such quality of vision. But now, I fear I have kept you long past an ideal duration. May all your problems precede solutions.
Smart researchers patronize the scientician's surplus. Quality goods at algorithmically determined prices.
Épisode terminares. À plus tard pour la suite. Ciao, ciao.